7 tips to beat insomnia. These are personal tips that I have actually tried and definitely can assure you it works. So, number 1, set a sleep schedule and stick to it. Get up at a consistent time, even on weekends. A variation of plus minus half an hour or even up to an hour is fine. Your body works on patterns like circadian rhythm. By making things regular, you are training your brain to expect it at a certain time. The same goes for lunch and dinner. You have the ability to train the patterns your body works to. If you aren't tired but it's time to sleep, remember that you've allocated yourself to 7 or 8 hours a night, and that is your sleep time. Even if you can't sleep, just try and relax. Try not to stress about it and make peace with the fact that you may not sleep, but granted you use that time to relax and at least you try. If you're setting aside a regular amount of time for sleep, then you'll eventually fall asleep, and even if you don't do that the first night, the next night, you'll be exhausted. Remember, and tell yourself, your body will need to sleep eventually. So, if you really can't get any shut-eye, it'll happen the next time around. No biggie. Whatever you do, just try and relax or do something that doesn't involve screens and much concentration. Personally, I found that if I can't sleep, I tell myself that I'm here for the next 7 hours or whatever it may be, and sleep or not, it doesn't matter. But now, no one will bother me, my phone is off, and I will just relax if nothing else. Normally I will just get bored and eventually sleep does come. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine can cause a burst of energy as it stimulates the central nervous system. Most people drink coffee in the morning to help them wake up, but caffeine consumed at night can cause more harm than good. Whilst caffeine can boost cognitive function, in a severely fatigued, it cannot permanently ward off sleep or fix the effects of long-term sleep loss. Even though caffeine can marginally boost performance, it's no substitute for a restful, restorative night of sleep. The effects of caffeine can last for several hours, perhaps up to even 24 hours, so the chances of it affecting sleep are significant. Caffeine may not only cause difficulty initiating sleep, but may also cause frequent awakenings. On the other hand, alcohol may have a sedative effect for the first few hours following consumption, but it can lead to frequent arousals and a non-restful night's sleep, leading to you using it the next night and getting into this vicious cycle. Specifically, the recommended cutoff time for caffeine use is a minimum of 6 hours before bedtime. For example, if you typically go to bed at 10 p.m., avoiding caffeine after 4 p.m. can help minimize sleep problems. If you are more sensitive and if you find the 6-hour recommendation is not enough, make note of the times you consume caffeine and how you sleep the subsequent night. You may find you sleep better with a long period of caffeine abstinence before bed. Thirdly, set aside time to switch off. Turn off your brain for half an hour before you go to bed. No TV, no computer, no books, nothing. This is by far the most valuable piece of advice I have for you. Do this by laying in bed for about half an hour, just quietly focusing on the sound of your breath. Breathe in, breathe out, and think about the breathing. Also, you can flex and unflex the muscles in your body, your toes, your hands, and your shoulders. Be aware of your physical body in dark, and without distraction, in the dark, you'll soon fall asleep. Insomnia can come from having an overactive mind, and when I try and fall asleep, my mind just won't shut down, which keeps me up all night thinking about things for hours on end without noticing how much time has passed. When you catch yourself planning or thinking about anxious thoughts, remind yourself at bedtime that you've made the decision to go to sleep, and with that in mind, any thoughts you can have can wait until tomorrow. Clear your mind of all thoughts by focusing on your breathing. If you find you lay in bed thinking about tomorrow, consider setting aside maybe 2 hours or 1 hour after dinner to review the day and to make plans for the next day. The goal is to avoid doing these things while trying to fall asleep. Next, reserve your room for sleeping and sex. Temperature, lighting, and noise should be controlled to make the bedroom conducive to falling and staying asleep. You should at least make sure you shut your blinds completely and your room is as quiet as possible. This is particularly important if you're sensitive to external stimuli. Your bed should feel comfortable, and if you have a pet that sleeps in the room with you, consider having the pet sleep somewhere else, even if you love its cuddles. Also, Doing work on your laptop or watching TV in bed are bad bedroom habits. That's because these type of activities cause our brains to form an association between our bed and actions other than sleeping, meaning your brain is then less primed for sleep and relaxation when your head hits the pillow. Fifth, exercise regularly. Getting active during the day can help reduce the stress hormones that often keeps us awake at night. Regular exercise also promotes deeper, more restful sleep. Whilst it's important to get moving, be sure to wrap up your workout in at least 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body adequate time to relax, allowing your heart rate, body temperature, and adrenaline levels to drop. Number 6. Get out of bed if you can't sleep. If you get into bed and cannot fall asleep after 20 minutes, get up, go to another part of your house, and do something soothing such as reading or listening to quiet music. Lying awake in bed for too long can create an unhealthy mental connection between your sleeping environment and wakefulness. Instead, you want your bed to conjure thoughts and feelings conducive to sleep. Just remember that in addition to sleepy time, this is your relaxed time, so just do something calming until you feel ready again. If it doesn't come, don't stress. Just wait until tomorrow night and don't nap, because your body will then be ready. You physically can't survive without sleep, and your body will take care of that the following evening. Last, limit naps. While napping seems like a proper way to catch up on missed sleep, it's not always so. It's important to establish and maintain a regular sleep pattern and train oneself to associate sleep with cues like darkness and consistent bedtimes. Napping can greatly affect the quality of a nighttime sleep. So there you have it. 7 tips to help you beat insomnia for good. I hope this video has helped, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more informative videos on a variety of topics. Live an informed life.